My name is Marie Kacelvich. I thought an interesting story for this project was about my paternal grandfather. His name is Rocco Madotta, Madotta, and somehow over the years the A was dropped. He started off going to New Rochelle, New York, and there were no jobs there, so through the grapevine, him and the other people from his town back home came to Toronto, Canada. He probably stayed with some relatives, paisanos, people from the same town when he first got here. So he probably would have got to Toronto in 1902. And he ended up being a city worker, basically a ditch digger. And after he was here for a year, he had saved up enough to bring his wife, 1-year-old son, and his widowed mother to Toronto. And eventually, he saves up enough as a ditch digger for the city of Toronto, and they buy literally a 10-foot wide house at Queen and Bathurst, actually 95 Ryerson. I remember the house as being very tiny, and as the pictures demonstrate, you can see the whole family standing outside of the front veranda. It was a semi-detached house, so in my grandparents' half, there was the parents, the widowed mother, the 8 children, and the boarders. My grandmother's sister lived in the other half with her 5 children. The rumor in the family mill is that my grandmother was very sweet-tempered and the sister-in-law not so much. I can't say I ever knew her. I just know that none of the 5 children married, so they were cut from a different cloth than supposedly my Madotta side. And down the street, there was a fire. And of course, my grandmother, being this kind-hearted soul, said, of course, the family has to move in with us. So there were the parents and 3 children in a house of already 10, 11, 12, 13 people with the boarders. And like I don't know if I'd mentioned it, but the house is only about 10, 12 feet wide with an unfinished basement. My memories in the 50s, there was a very small washroom on the 2nd floor. There were 3 bedrooms, one for the 3 daughters, one for the 5 sons, and of course, the grandmother had her own bedroom. And I'm under the impression that my grandparents slept in the dining room after everybody had eaten because the living room would have had the boarders. And now the family who was displaced from the fire. There's varying degrees of how long they stayed. We're guessing probably stayed for 3 or 4 months. This is an amazing story about the displaced family. There were 2 sons and a daughter, and the 2 sons eventually opened the biggest diamond and jewelry business in the city of Toronto. And as all of the Madottas started getting married, the folklore was, don't go to the retail store, go to Kenny and Archie, and they will take care of you. And as you went in their showroom, oh, your grandmother was so good and kind to us, we could never charge you for the rings.